How's it going, boys? Welcome back to Mogul Mail. It's time for me to confess I'm addicted to Twitter.com. I spend over 1 hour a day on the little Bluebird app for no reason to keep up with things that don't really matter and see usually what Hassan's being canceled for this time. There he is. But if you keep scrolling through Twitter, you'll find communities. And one community I always see is the Overwatch community. Now, I've never played the game. I have no idea how it works, but I am up to date on all the news because I keep scrolling through Twitter. And just this past week, there was some crazy news out of the Overwatch scene. Now, to keep you guys up to date, you have to first know who SVB is. He's a content creator for Overwatch who tries to help people get better at the game. He does streams, YouTube videos, Discord, all that good stuff. But just this past week, he was falsely accused of grooming a minor. There's a whole twit longer from this person named Nia, an entire made-up story, screenshots, Discord conversation, asking for nudes, all entirely fake. How do I know? Well, they came forward under the name Swag Tortoise. And they said, GG's everyone, this is all fake. I am Nia. Just wanted to prove how easy it is to cancel someone and how cringe this community XD. Which is insane fucking behavior. It's the equivalent of trying to break into your neighbor's house to show that it's really easy to break into your neighbor's house. You're still doing the thing. There's a human who owns the house. There's a human whose life you could be ruining. And in this case, that is SVB, who was literally live on Twitch when they came out with their fake story.
I can't even believe this, guys. What the fuck am I supposed to do? How is it if people just want to fake screenshots, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Obviously, they were incredibly panicked, and they said it was probably the worst 10 or so hours of their life until they came forward and said it was fake. And the crazy thing is SVB, I don't know the guy, but has literally made videos about the problem with sexism in Overwatch and gaming. One of the most viewed videos on his channel that really eloquently points out some of the issues we have in gaming.
Everyone games now, from kids to their parents to even their grandparents. And yet, despite how diverse and enterprise gaming has become, the culture of the community hasn't necessarily adjusted to its new demographics.
True. It's just a shit thing. First and foremost for SVB, who has to deal with the ramifications of this on his life, and also for victims in the future who will want to come out and talk about sexual assault, but might feel worse about it because of the false accusations, and there's going to be a bunch of hard evidence Andes. The whole point of the Me Too movement was to make people feel comfortable coming forward, and it's been co-opted by a group of people who are trying to prove points that if you just didn't prove, we wouldn't have to worry about in the first place. If you look at it, only 2 to 10% of sexual assault allegations are false. It should be zero. Obviously, there should be no one who does that, but people are clearly abusing the good faith of a community to try to kick out the people who suck in a community. And that's why it's really hard for people to come forward in cases of sexual assault. Hard evidence Andes are like, well, where's the facts? It's not a robbery. You can't be like, well, I had a lamp there and now the lamp's gone. If you get sexually assaulted, you don't really have a rape kit ready at the go. It's not how it works. It's not how it works most of the time. It's usually built on good faith, honesty, conversations, trying to talk to everyone involved. And that's why if you look at the stats, 310 out of 1,000 cases of sexual assault are actually reported to the police. Compare that to robbery, 619. Compare that to assault and battery, 627. That's just the reality of the situation. So this is just another piece that makes it a lot worse, which is why I thought it was worth talking about. Because people should still feel comfortable if they're a victim of sexual assault to come forward. And we should also, just as equally as we would chastise someone who commits sexual assault, chastise someone who would fake a story about sexual assault, because that's psychopathic behavior. And I'll close it out on SVB, who said something I think was pretty wise.
Torture that I was put through for those several hours when I had maybe the lowest moment of my life ever, when I had thoughts that I've never had before. So be careful. I know a lot of people look at content creation as an ideal job, and I'm eternally grateful. I love my job. And I gave up many things to pursue content creation. I gave up a stable job, and I have loved every minute of it. I've never regretted it. But now I can't help but doubt what my future is going to be in content creation, and particularly in Overwatch content creation.
So SVB's taking a little break from Overwatch and content creation. I hope he comes back because he seems like a pretty good dude. Obviously, you can't know the person you see across the screen, but I know he's not what he was painted as and had to deal with people thinking he was for those several hours. And I'm going to take a break from Twitter.com. It's a shit app anyway. Thanks for watching, boys, and I'll see you all next time. Who knows when that'll be. See you later. Goodbye.